wasn't ready. I was at my computer looking up something real quick, which I actually still have to look at because I have to mention it in this video. And then the camera starts and oh fuck, and I like stumbled over. Alright, so anyway, what's going on everyone? Darkside Phil here, and welcome to a channel update for February 3rd, 2012. Or depending on where you live, it may already be February 4th. But for me it is February 3rd. And I have a lot to talk about. A lot of information that has accumulated and things going on over the past couple of weeks that I want to talk about in this video. And to be completely honest, this will probably be the last video that you'll see up here on DSPGaming for a couple of days due to some scheduling changes. I'll explain about that in this video, so stay tuned. But before I even get to that, the first thing I want to mention is that John Rambo's and OJ have their new episode of the show out over on John Rambo's channel, John Rambo Presents. And this is a really special episode for them because they're actually interviewed John, I believe his name's Lowry. Either John Lowry or Lowry, I apologize because I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But very special guest they got to interview. He is the voice of the sniper from Team Fortress 2. A very popular character in the Valve gaming universe. And he has done other voice work as well, not just that character, but gaming-wise, that's what he's most known for. And they ran into him at MagFest. He was actually one of the guests at MagFest, and they introduced themselves and managed to get him on this week's episode of the show. So I highly recommend, even if you usually don't listen to the show, to head your ass over to John Rambo Presents and check that out. I think that's a great, awesome, accomplishment that they've got someone who's a notable person in the voice acting industry, a well-known guy, and you get to learn a little bit more about him and voice acting in general, and it's a really good interview, so check it out, okay? Speaking of John Rambo, I guess the first thing I should do is continue on with this vein of thought. In regards to our usual plans for what we do on Saturdays, usually on a Saturday, John Rambo comes over, we film our episode of Smart Guys, which is our wrestling commentary show, and that goes over on his channel, John Rambo Presents. Then usually we do some kind of co-op. It could be anything. It could be a new game, it could be an old game. Last week we simulated the actual WWE's Royal Rumble pay-per-view event by taking the matches that were announced from that pay-per-view and simulating it in WWE 12. We did live commentary. It was freaking hilarious. So if you haven't seen those, go check them out, definitely. There was some crazy shit, just batshit insane results. Some of them actually we had to redo because the stuff was going so nuts, okay? So usually that's what we do. And we had fully planned on doing that this week, some kind of co-op. However, this week there is probably a 99% chance there will not be any co-op gameplay. The reason being that tomorrow we will be filming episode 2 of Project 7. That's right, we've written the episode, we've gotten all the ideas together, and now we are actually finally going to film this. We're going to try to finish it all in one day. So John's actually coming over, we're going to film Smart Guys. We have to wait for Howard to get out of work, then we're heading over, and we're going to go to our filming locations and start filming, and we're hoping to get it all done in one day. Worst case scenario, maybe we'll have to meet again on Sunday, which would really suck because it is Super Bowl Sunday, but it is what it is. We're trying to be professional about this series, and we want to get episode 2 done. It's my upstairs neighbor being very noisy right now with their TV. But I can't say anything because I'm usually noisy playing games. So anyway, yeah, so unfortunately it looks like we're going to be busy with that all day tomorrow, and we probably will not have any co-op gameplay, so I apologize to anyone who was looking forward to that. To be completely honest, we didn't have anything in mind picked out anyway, really, so it is what it is. It's not like we're missing out on any opportunities that something has to be on hold because we didn't have a chance to do it, okay? Lots of other stuff going on, so let's get into some of it, okay? You might have noticed, well, in fact, lots of people have noticed, that at the beginning of any kind of video on my channel over the past week, that was not a gameplay video. So, for example, the week in preview, special unboxing that I had for a custom controller, which we'll talk a little bit about in a second. Release day unboxing, which we had for the first time in a month because we had 3 retail releases this week. All of these videos have a pre-roll of Machinima.com, okay? And a lot of people are saying, what's going on? Phil's never done that before. Has anything changed? Does this mean anything different? Here's the deal. It's good news. It's I actually talked to my contacts at Machinima over the past week, And in 2012, they're looking to do a lot of cool, interesting things, a lot of new promotional opportunities. And being that I have one of the most popular partner channels under Machinima's umbrella. Now you might say, oh, but Phil, what are you talking about? Uber Hexer Nova has 3, 4, 5 times more subscriptions than you, and every video of his gets hundreds of thousands of views. Yeah, but how many videos does he actually put out on his partner channel? Compare that to mine. When you actually look views-wise, we're very similar. If not, a lot of days I beat those highly rated, most popular, most well-known Machinima partner channels on a daily basis, simply because of the quantity of games that I play and the amount of videos that I put out on a daily basis. So I am considered one of Machinima's top partner channels, and what Machinima actually asked me to do, they said, listen, we realize now, these partner channels that, for example, I didn't have any Machinima logo on my channel anywhere, really, and so there was no way you would even know that I was partnered with Machinima unless you did a lot of extensive research looking into stuff. So they asked me, would you be willing to put, the Machinima logo on your background on your page, and also for any videos where it's not a hassle, can you do the Machinima logo pre-roll on your videos? And I said, why not? You guys help me out immensely. They're allowing me to do what I want to do, having crazy amounts of fun playing games and making money and being able to support myself doing it. There's no reason why I shouldn't promote this company. I think they're a great company. So anytime you see one of these videos where there's basically editing involved, that's not raw gameplay, you're going to probably see that Machinima pre-roll. And coming up later this year, there may be some interesting opportunities coming up, unique things that I've never been involved with before that I may be involved with because I am a Machinima partner, and I'll let everyone know about those as they approach. In fact, there was just one opportunity that unfortunately I was too busy to jump in on, but there are going to be other ones in the future, and I may be involved with them. So I will let everyone know. But I mean, that's good. That's a good thing. Machinima basically saying, listen, you're one of our top guys. We want you to start, putting more Machinima stuff and mentioning in videos that obviously you're partnered with Machinima, and get the word out, that we're a good company. And I am 100% on board with that. I really like that company, and they're helping me out. They're allowing us to do this together. So. Alright, so that's that. That answers that question. I know it was, oh, what is going on? Has something changed? Phil, this or that? I've been a Machinima partner for a year now. I'm loving it. I'm having a blast, and I'm going to stick with it. Okay. Well, continuing on with two other things that I do want to talk about. The next one being Final Fantasy XIII Part 2. Okay? And I guess I'll pick it up here. As you know, if you've been following along my channel this week, I played Final Fantasy XIII Part 2 when it came out on this Tuesday, and I've also been playing Soul Calibur 5 over on my fighting game channel, DSP Street Fighter. So if you didn't know about that, I know a lot of people don't follow the fighting game channel. I really like Soul Calibur 5. I'm enjoying it a lot, and I plan on doing more footage, including more arcade mode playthroughs and possibly online play in the future. I have to see when I can schedule it in on a day when maybe I do some game on DSPGaming and some of this on that channel. More on that to come. But anyway, so I've been playing Final Fantasy XIII-2, and my honest feelings about this game right now. I think the gameplay has been simplified, okay? I think that overall it is a little bit more fun gameplay-wise than the original Final Fantasy XIII was. I'll be honest, I actually think the plot is a little bit more interesting than the plot of Final Fantasy XIII was. I like the fact that it's not super linear. You have the ability almost right from the get-go, after just a couple hours, you can jump into side missions, you can jump and do different chapters in different orders. I like Final Fantasy XIII-2 so far. Now keep in mind, I haven't beaten it. Keep in mind, there's apparently some more challenging things coming up. And so, I don't know. I don't want to form a full opinion on it. I'm just telling you, I'm liking playing the game. So I played it a little bit. Well, I didn't play a little bit. I played it a lot on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday. All 3 days. But I've noticed a startling thing. And this is kind of alarming for me, simply because I like to know that obviously I'm doing well and people are liking what I'm doing when I put out videos on YouTube. Or that if they're disliking it, it's for the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Not that, oh, this, Phil's not doing a good job at Final Fantasy. He's really, not paying attention to the story, or he's being obnoxious or something like that, and that's why we don't want to watch his videos. Now if you don't like the game and you dislike the videos, that's your own problem. Like, just don't watch the fucking videos. Don't thumbs down this video where Phil does great commentary and good gameplay of this game just because you don't like it. Whatever. It's going to happen. I can't control it, but that's kind of annoying. But the thing that's alarming me isn't that there's thumbs down, isn't that there's nasty comments like there usually are from idiot trolls, but the views on a lot of the videos. Now, I've done 90 or so parts of Final Fantasy XIII-2. On day one, the videos got pretty typical views. Since then, since Tuesday, all the videos I've put out of this game have really abnormally low view counts. Now, let me give you some perspective. Usually when I do a playthrough, the first several parts can have anywhere from 10,000 up to 50,000 views per video. I'd say probably the first 5 parts are typically like that. Then they just plummet, depending on the game. Sometimes it can go down to only 1,000 views per video. Sometimes it's 2,000. On average, I've noticed on a playthrough that a lot of people are following, the in-between videos that aren't like the first video or a major event during the playthrough or the last video that I put up of the day, typically get 2,000 to 3,000 views, maybe sometimes 4,000 views on average each video, okay? The Final Fantasy XIII-2 videos, I've got some videos that have been uploaded for over 2 days and they don't even have 1,000 views yet. And for me, that's really alarming. What that's telling me is that there's something wrong. Now, I don't know if it's with me, I don't know if it's with the videos, so the past couple of days I went up on my Twitter account, @TheyCallMeDSP, and I also created a forum thread on my forums, thekingofhate.com, asking, what is the deal with Final Fantasy XIII-2? Is there problems with my videos? Am I doing something wrong? Or am I really, pissing people off with something that they're not watching? Or is there a legit reason why you think people aren't watching the videos? Because honestly, I am. I get a little bit concerned when this is my living, and this is a game I'm enjoying. It's a brand new game, and it seems like not a lot of people are watching the videos after that first batch from the first day. Well, I got a lot of feedback, a lot of common answers that I got. Number one common answer being, well, Phil, we actually are fans of the videos, but we're playing the game at the same time as you. We don't want to spoil the game for us, so we're going to play the game first, and as we play, we'll watch your videos alongside with you while you're doing the same stuff that we're doing, or we're going to wait till we beat the game, then we're going to go back and watch your playthrough. Okay, that's completely legitimate. I understand that. I kind of don't think that explains the whole situation, though, considering every game that I play that's new, people are doing that, and they still don't have such low views on the videos, okay? The number two thing people are saying is, well, let's be honest, Phil, you put out so many videos, a lot of people didn't have a chance to watch the Metal Gear walkthrough or playthroughs. A lot of people didn't get a chance to look at the Phoenix Wright stuff yet. Some people are still catching up on Skyrim from 2 months ago because that was your longest playthrough ever. And so we don't want to tackle another game that we know is going to be super long. We'd rather only look at maybe a game that we know is going to be like 50 parts rather than a game that's going to probably be hundreds of parts like Final Fantasy is probably going to be. And that I can also understand, and that makes sense to me. So maybe that is a major factor. And then the third common theme, and this seems to be the one that's the most common opinion, is that people just don't like this game. And it's for several different reasons. Number one, because a lot of people thought that Final Fantasy XIII was not a good game. They thought that it finally strayed so far away from the original Final Fantasy formula, having boring, bland characters with no personalities whatsoever, an overly convoluted plot that made no fucking sense until the last 5 minutes of the game, and so people just didn't want to stick with it. Gameplay that really doesn't play like turn-based standard Final Fantasy gameplay anymore. They've turned it into this paradigm thing, which really completely changes the way that you micromanage your characters during combat. And also the fact that the game was so linear until all of a sudden the game could play completely changed at one point. Basically, there's a bunch of factors where people are just fed up with Final Fantasy at this point. They feel that there's better RPGs out there, in particular a lot of the RPGs coming out of Western studios rather than Japanese studios, and supposedly, I don't know if this is true, but what a lot of people are saying is that this game, even in Japan, has record low sales for a Final Fantasy game, meaning it wasn't like people ran out and usually bought it up like they usually do, and so it's in Japan, and that's actually going to be expected here in the US as well. It's going to be announced that sale numbers were lower than expected or projected for a typical Final Fantasy game for whatever reason. And it might be just because people are so fed up, they just don't like the Final Fantasy series anymore because of what they've done with it. They've changed it so much, it doesn't play like Final Fantasy anymore. And I can understand that because I grew up with Final Fantasy, 3, or 2 and 3 on the SNES, which really are Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Classic fucking games. I mean, Chrono Trigger. I grew up with the classic Square role-playing games, and I can tell you right now, this game is nothing fucking like those. I would play those games hands down before I would play this game again if they, and especially what I don't understand, if they had, why isn't there a new Chrono Trigger game? That would be ridiculous. It would be so good if they did something like that. Instead, they keep hashing out Final Fantasy and fucking with it and changing it and making it worse every year. So, well, not every year, but every game. So, those are the common answers I got. And the one other possibility, and a lot of people don't know about this, and this could be true, is that maybe there isn't a problem with the views. It could be YouTube, because YouTube just made a huge announcement this afternoon that they fucked up the website again, and since February 1st, which was incidentally Wednesday, the first day where the view counts for me seem to be really low, the website's been all messed up, all the view counts are wrong, and even they have what's called Google Analytics, which is supposed to pull daily view counts. So even if your videos are all screwed up and say they have no views, you still used to have this report you used to be able to draw that would tell you the actual amount of views that your channel's been getting, and that's how I usually judge how well I'm doing. Even that report has not worked since February 1st at all. It says 0. It says you got no views starting on February 1st to now. So the whole website's fucked anyway. So it could be a combination of 100 things. It could just be the perfect storm of people aren't watching because they're playing the game and they don't want to spoil it. People are fed up with Final Fantasy and they don't like it and they don't want to watch it. The playthrough is going to be too long and they know that they don't want to have to be stuck with a playthrough that's going to be hundreds of parts. And YouTube's fucked up and not showing the views properly anyway. So it could be the perfect clusterfuck of bullshit that just, is screwing everything up. So the thing is, I'm not quitting it. I already announced earlier this week, in my weekend preview, I knew very well that I would not beat this game this week because it's so long. And what I'm planning to do, just so everyone knows, is on Sunday, I'm going to try to beat Never Dead, okay? And I'm going to really buckle down and try to get through that game on Sunday. And then on Monday, I'll have some time. I might jump back into Final Fantasy 13, and I'll probably play some more Soul Calibur as well on Monday. So we'll get as much out of our systems as possible of the new games from this week, because remember on Tuesday you got the Darkness 2, and there is also Kingdoms of Amalur, which right now I don't even know if I'm going to play. I'm being honest with everyone. Right now, I might buy it and just not play it for a very long time, because I'm taking personal time off this coming week, and I'm not going to have time to play through a long role-playing game, and I played the demo and liked it. It's just a shame that the release date right now is just not a good time for me for a long role-playing game, especially since I'll be in the middle of one that I may not have even finished, and I can't start another one. So, more about that on Monday or Sunday night when after some time has passed and I mull it over in my head and I see how far I've gotten and I make the weekend preview. So more about that when I make the weekend preview. But I'm probably going to be doing more Final Fantasy on Monday with Soul Calibur and then play the new games that are coming out this week on Tuesday. Okay? Alright, two more quick things, and I know I'm probably running out of time, hold on, because it's been a really jam-packed episode. I've got a couple more minutes here. I do want to mention, and give another plug. If you didn't see the video yet, I did a special unboxing of my custom controller designed by lasermods.com, and I will put a link to their website in the description of this video. If you can believe it, people are leaving me messages, Phil, how do I contact these guys? If you watch the video, in the fucking description of the video, right there in front of your face is the website, the Twitter account, everything their Facebook page, anything you could possibly want to get in contact with these guys. That's why videos have descriptions on YouTube, so you can get information about the video and the things that are shown in the video. So anyway, the guys over at lasermods.com made me up a custom controller. I'm actually using it right now to play Never Dead, and so far so good. I will officially be doing a review of this controller at a later date once I feel I've got enough gameplay into it, and hey, that would be a perfect thing to do for DSP Tries It, don't you think? Which, by the way, also returned this past week for those of you who missed it. GSP Tries It is back. Yes, after so many requests, I decided to bring it back. Episode 1 is out, and I already got plans for future episodes for when I have downtime of stuff that I want to do, and this is one of it. One of them. So, more on this coming. I don't want to spoil too much about it until I get enough hands-on experience with it, but so far, so good. And the last thing I want to remind everyone about, which I knew, even just the way that I mentioned it, I knew it was going to garner attention, okay? This coming weekend, so not this weekend of Saturday and Sunday here, I told you already, I'm filming Project 7 and all of that. The weekend after that, it's the weekend before Valentine's Day, I am taking personal time off. So what that means is starting Friday, the fuck? Friday, February 10th through Monday, February 13th, I'm off. You will probably not see any videos whatsoever unless plans change, but you'll probably not see any videos those days because I'm taking personal time off to spend with my girlfriend, being that it is Valentine's weekend, and there are new releases coming that Tuesday, so rather than just take the one Tuesday to spend time, it makes more sense to spend a weekend beforehand, right? So if you want to play Twisted Metal, but your girlfriend's like, oh, what about Valentine's Day? Just say, oh, honey, I'll just spend the whole weekend with you beforehand, and that'll work. But anyway, what it up, bro? Oh my god, DSP! Oh, here's a girlfriend? No way! I can't believe it. He's never mentioned this before. Well, that's probably because I don't tell everyone every little aspect of my personal life. And I knew that there was going to be like a blow up because the way I mentioned it was just kind of an aside thing. I didn't elaborate, which I'm still not going to do, by the way. But, yeah. Surprise, surprise, I have a social life, I have friends, I have family, I have a girlfriend. I mean, what do you think? People I just sit on the couch all day playing games? Like, really? You don't think I do any other socializing whatsoever? And it's not just me, like a lot of, you know, these commentators and Let's Players on YouTube have personal lives. The Angry Video Gamer is married, okay? Like, why do you think that this is the only thing that we do? You're out of your minds, okay? So, anyway, just to clear up a little bit of confusion, no, she's not anyone that anyone knows or has ever heard of before. It's not anyone I've done gameplay videos with. It's not anyone who's been in a video. You don't know who she is. She's, you know, again, she's someone who I haven't talked about ever before. So, you know, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised that there was going to be that kind of reaction, but being that it is Valentine's Day weekend, that's the reason I'm taking the whole weekend off. So I kind of mentioned it, and then the whole thing blew up. Whatever. So, will you ever see her in a video in the future? Will there ever be more information forthcoming? I don't know, and I'm not really too worried about it. You know what I mean? Like I said, my life is my life, and there's personal stuff in it that I don't always tell everyone, especially people on YouTube who watch my videos, and it's not that big of a deal that I have to share everything, and maybe one day I'll give you more information, maybe I won't. But that's it. That's the truth of the matter. So that weekend, the 10th through the 13th, no new gameplay videos. And I will be back on the 14th with Twisted Metal, and hopefully there's some other games that come out that day too, but I think Twisted Metal, quite honestly, is going to take priority. I think that is the largest release that week, and then other games, you know, as I get to them after I blow up thousands of people online with Twisted Metal, because I'm dying to fucking play it. I haven't played the Twisted Metal game in so long, and I love them, and I just want to get online and destroy everyone. Just fucking huge carnage, you know, millions of dollars in property damage and fucking vehicles blowing up left and right. It's going to be crazy and fun. I hope that everyone's going to join me that day to play it as well. So, okay. Big channel update. I know, 5 billion things that I talked about. I'm sure that all the comments will just be about my girlfriend instead of anything else that was pertinent, but I fully expected that that was going to happen anyway. So, that's it. I'm DSP. Hope you enjoyed this very informative, information-packed channel update. I will have more information for you forthcoming about the games coming up this week and such in my weekend preview, which will be out in a couple days. So thanks a lot. I'll see you for gameplay on Sunday when I return. Remember, I'm filming Project 7 tomorrow. I'll be busy all day. But if you want to check out Smart Guys, which is a wrestling commentary show over on John Rambo Presents, that'll be up tomorrow. And remember, check out the show with John Lowry. God damn it. Yes, John Lowry, the voice actor from Team Fortress 2, over on John Rambo Presents right now. Okay? See you guys later. Thanks a lot. And I don't have anything else to say.